there. Okay, so I am live. Okay, so I am at Chartres, or Chartres. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not French. So I am in France, and I have journeyed all the way through southern France to visit some very special magical locations to do with the Cathars and the Divine Feminine and Mary Magdalene. And I am here now in Chartres, and I have got a big announcement. Huge announcement, almost as big as this cathedral. Well, it sort of feels that way. Anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about my special project that I've been undertaking for quite a few years now. I had an idea. Yes, at least a couple of years, maybe three, maybe a little bit longer than that, 3 years ago, of a new type of oracle. Okay, so the oracle is visual as well. Obviously there's pictures there, yes, but what would happen if somehow, like a jigsaw puzzle, some cards fitted together, okay, and some didn't, or whatever. So, and each time you did a reading, different types of cards fitted together in a kind of a completely organic kind of way. Okay, so that was the kind of idea. This it sort of permeated into my subconscious, and I was just toying with this idea that not only would the cards themselves give you some feedback into the answer for your questioning of the oracle, but just a little bit like the tea leaves, or the way the runes fall, or the way the bones fall, or all these other types of organic type of divination methods, that the way the cards fall in that particular reading, they may or may not link together, just exactly like a jigsaw puzzle, with the and in the case that I've chosen here, the border around the edge of each card is unique, and they sometimes will fit connecting to the card next to the card that you've laid out. Okay, and if it does, then you just basically combine the meanings of those cards. So those cards that are connected start to form the answer to your oracle reading. Now this means that instead of getting like a standard deck of maybe 40-50 cards, you've got all of the individual connections between the cards, and so you can imagine the enormous number of unique connections that can be established on any one reading. And this means that you can get detail for your oracle reading. Okay, so that means instead of having to sort of like use too much of your subconscious and your intuition and sort of reaching for the answers to your oracle reading, you literally read the cards like a story. You're starting to simply just it's laid out for you. So this oracle, this is one of the things I love about some types of oracles. Good afternoon, evening, Deborah. Hello there. So this is one of the things sometimes you like about oracle readings, is that sometimes they really speak to you, and other times it's very vague, and you're not left with a really precise kind of. I just want the answer to be given to me like on a plate. That's how I am about readings, and oracle kind of things. And so I've just thought, okay, this idea of the actual physical cards making connections and creating this kind of map that you then read like a story, different each time, giving you lots of detail, sound like the ideal way. So I spent about a couple of years researching, considering different designs and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, I've finally finalized on 50 that's 50 with a 0, 50 cards They are unique designs. Some of them will have a familiar look to them, a familiar flavour, because obviously I've used tarot cards, I've used Lenormand cards, I've used runes, I've used sort of gypsy cards, all of these different things. And no one card is out of any one of those decks. They are completely unique in their own. And I give the definitions in I've got like a little booklet and stuff like that. So, but really the core of these designs is that they're supposed to speak to people on a very straightforward direct sort of connection. When you see whatever it might be, a rainbow or a pot of money or so, it means something to you. You don't really need too much explanation. It's there for you to build up your connection, your build up your sort of dialogue with the cards over time. I've got some suggested meanings to start the ball rolling. Now, the other thing that I found about doing oracle readings is that sometimes you do an oracle reading and there's certain sort of bogey cards. Okay, so you get one of those cards and it deflates you. Okay, and you feel like all you can focus on in that particular reading is the couple of cards that with all the swords or the upside down runes, and it makes that whole reading really coloured, right? And you can't really sort of shake it off. You may get some positive cards, but you kind of home in on those elements or couple of elements that just seem to deflate you. And I was like, wow. Why do we need upside down cards? Why do we need all of this stuff? Can't we have some kind of description rather than making you feel like the oracle's there as like you're in combat with the oracle, right? Okay. The idea is that this oracle that I'm going to show you in a minute is on your side. It's on my side. It's with you. It understands your inner angst. It's there trying to sort things out with you. It's not trying to give you pithy little answers that are going to suck out all of your joy for living. Okay, this is going to support you. Okay, it's like your best friend on the inside, someone that's there really for you. So I wanted to create an oracle. Of course, there's a huge array of things in life, because life has the ups and downs, but it's not like there's bad cards and good cards. All the cards are there to give you a description to help you answer the question that's in the uppermost in your mind or in your heart. Okay. Now, the other thing, I've got lots of little things, but the other thing that I really enjoy about some oracles is that they just you can pop them in your pocket. Okay, they can go in your purse, your handbag, in your jacket pocket. You can keep them on you so that they're kind of really portable. I love that about certain oracles, so I've built that into these oracles. Talking about them, let's show you what they look like. Okay, so this is the big reveal. They've been in trial and testing for over a year. I've literally had them testing them out for a year. So this is the size of them. That's the deck. This is the limited edition. The limited edition has a gold foil, special gold foil. There won't be many of these decks. I'm going to limit these, so there will be just a few. I don't know how many yet, but there will be a limited number of gold ones. I've lavished the first few with all of my artistic love and attention. So these are very special. Which is why I've come to Chartres, because this is the epicenter not just of an enormous creative and spiritual energy here in France, but before that I'm led to believe it was a massive druid center as well. So the power is in the land, the power is here. So what better place to launch my heart's... Back again, that's a good sign. Okay, so here's the deck. I'm calling this the Michael Oracle deck, or the Michael Cards Oracle deck. Okay, there are 50 cards, and there's one card that's going to be on the cover of the box, and it just happens to be this one, which is the Swan. Okay, so let me just show you a card here. Okay, so that's the swan. This indicates, by the way, it's called the happy swan, which indicates the swan that's just happy by itself. And it's happy in its own skin, it's happy in its own environment, it's learned how to find its inner happiness. Okay, so if you've got issues in your life and you have to have a bath, have a cup of tea, and relax. Now you can see around the edge there's a border, and there's a half a circle on that side and that side, not at the top and bottom. Okay, now if we look at the swan, and now if these were next to each other, you can see that together those half circles make a whole. I don't know if you can see that. So as you're laying out your cards and you put them next to each other, certain cards are going to connect. If you went round this side, you can see that the borders don't connect to make a whole. You see, you've got the half circle there, but there's not one to match it on the other side. They only work if they were this way round. But there's they can be top and bottom. There's a half circle at the top there. Now, if you have another card, let's have a look at another card. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's what that I want. Well, let's have a look at this one. This is the ring. Okay, so this symbolises commitment. You've got to follow through. You've got to stay with something. You've got to endure a little bit through the ups and downs. You've got to commit. This is a great card to get if you're thinking of a business partnership. It also is all types of partnerships. So if you get that in connection with the swan, for instance, and especially if they're connected and those two circles make a whole, just like that. Okay, that means make a commitment to honouring your own time, to enjoying your own company, to make yourself happy on the inside. Don't need external stimulus all the time, or society to sort of make you happy. Finding your own company, and if that was combined with the cup of tea, okay, you can see there's actually making a chain there. Okay, they don't all make chains. It's only every now and again they kind of make a chain. That means make a commitment to relaxing, and then you're going to find your own inner happiness. That could just be make some. I can hear. You can't hear or can hear, Alphedia, breaking up. I can hear. Okay, so it's the signal's very patchy. I have to say. I'm not sure why, but I'm quite high up here. Maybe I would walk over here a bit. Let's try over here. Might get a slightly better signal. Let's try closer. Let's try closer to Chartres. Hey, bit blowy. Let's try there in front of the rose window. Let's give that a try. So, where was I? If we have inner happiness, being content by yourself, and then we had the ring, which is make a commitment, an enduring partnership, and then the cup of tea, which means take some time out. Take some time out to enjoy and make a commitment to this. Don't just do it once or twice. Make some kind of rhythm in your week or in your day to take some time out for yourself and your own inner happiness. That could be very simple interpretation of the reading. Now you can see you can put the cards above, below, to the sides or whatever, and basically you make like a grid of cards. Okay, so I've designed the cards so that I've designed the cards so that you can do a 7x7 grid of 49 cards. That gives ample chance for all the cards to maybe make a connection, maybe not. But generally speaking, you're going to start to see chains of cards all lining up in like interesting sort of zigzags and all over, and you'll be amazed at what could crops up. But not just one chain, there could be quite a few little chains, sort of little ones, and you just basically that is your reading. Okay, so it's a little bit like spirit pointing out to you. Pay attention, especially when cards link up visually on the borders actually connect. So let's just do a couple more cards. We have another card. I'll just go introduce you to the flavour of the deck. It's trying to represent everything from the mundane to the profound. Okay, so here we have one that's a little bit more profound. Okay, so this is the pilgrimage card, and this kind of means, sometimes in life you have to sort of go out and do something. You have to follow a path, whether that be check out the next like a dance class, or it could be go out and learn about astrology. It could be literally walking to a sacred site. It means follow your path, and in this case the traditional sign for a pilgrim's path is a seashell like that. Okay, so it just turns out that I literally am on a pilgrim's path right now. Okay, so let's have a look at what other cards are popping up. We have another card here, which is the Phoenix. Okay, so this is a pretty positive card, but the thing about Phoenix is you have to go through this transformational process, which is the Pluto energy, isn't it? Okay, incidentally, there's no words, nothing written on these cards whatsoever. It's just the image, and it's just what you feel. Okay, I give some suggestions, but ultimately to develop your own feeling towards each image. Okay, so this is for me, this is the Phoenix. And this is a great symbol if you wanted to be born again, to renew. If you've had some strong issues in the past and you think, do you know what, I really need to push through these things. I don't want them dragging me down anymore. I'm ready for something new. If you get this card, and wow, the next card is super powerful as well. The next card is actually my version of reincarnation. So this is like one of the deepest cards in the deck, and it's represented by the Russian dolls. You know how, I don't know if you've seen Russian dolls, you open out a Russian doll in half and inside is an identical Russian doll, but a little bit smaller. Okay, so and then you open that one and there's something smaller. So basically life goes on, coming out of itself. Life literally comes out of itself, and it grows into the world, and then life again gives birth to itself and out again. So it's repetitions, this cyclic nature of life, and this can also incorporate past life. So the idea of the phoenix, a kind of a born again in your past life, that could be like you're really clearing huge karmic lessons. So instead of like this old karma from your past lives being holding you back because you've got fear of rejection, you've got fear of suffering, you've got fear of all of these things, you've got all of this trauma and drama, okay, all with us kind of around in our subconscious. You get the Phoenix, you get the Russian dolls, and if you got them linked, and in this case you can see if they were by the side each other, they don't necessarily link, but if they were one above the other, you can see that they would then make a connection. I don't know if you can see the connection there. That indicates that Spirit is saying to you very clearly there's a very powerful rebirth of your karmic cycles and stuff. There's a chance to really start again freshly. Okay, so interestingly, I think Saturn lines up with the Sun today. It's an alignment. So these sort of things can go on from the trivial, well, not trivial, but the light-hearted kind of things, like take a break, have a cup of tea. Here's another one that's quite light-hearted as well. Quite a light feeling. And okay, we'll have, this is the fairy godmother, okay, or fairy. So there's a little bit of fairy magic in there, a little bit of sprinkling of fairy dust as well. Now this could be lots of little things. Fairies don't always do huge, great big miracles, or whatever. They do sometimes little things. They find things that were lost. They help in the background. Sometimes they're a little bit mischievous, but this is your fairy godmother. In my mind, this is the fairy godmother. We all need a fairy godmother, don't we? Sometimes looking after us, looking after our best interests. Okay, and that's, if you get the fairy godmother, you've got somebody on your side looking after you in the background. My God, there's a huge herd of students heading this way. Let's have a couple more. Oh, that's a nice one to get. We have the key. Okay, so this is indicating, depending the cards around it, this is going to indicate to you the nature of the solution to the issue that you may have. Okay, so if that was right next to, they are very loud. These students are very, very loud, crunching away. Look at that. Let's just oh my God, there's just hundreds and hundreds of students. They've all come to learn from the Michael Oracle. That's what they're here for. They've heard about my announcement and they've come to see the magic of my new Oracle being launched today from Chartres Cathedral. Okay, so The key is the solution, because what does a key do? It goes in the lock, you turn it, and it opens. Woohoo! You've got your answers, like, yes, a breakthrough. Okay, so this is what we all, usually when we're asking oracles questions, we want this, we want the solution. So when you pick this card, it's saying that the solution is there to your questions. Got to look around the reading and use your intuition to answer some more questions. Okay, ooh, that's a nice card to have as well. I think we're going to end with this one. This is honey, okay? Honey. So honey, if you get the honey card, that means basically, how do you get honey? Bees collect it, but they work hard, don't they? It doesn't just come for free, you know. You work hard, the bee runs around, collects the pollen, boom, 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 goes back, and then they make the honey. I'm not sure exactly how they make the honey, but they do. Okay, and then they eat the honey a little bit later, or us humans come along and take it and replace it with sugar. Oh, that's not so good. Anyway, but if you get the honey card, that means it could mean that you've been working hard and you're about to reap the harvest of your efforts that you've put in. You put all this effort into something, whether it be a short-term thing or a long-term thing. But yes, when you put the work in, thank you, Valerie. If you put the work in, you get the honey, and then you get to eat the honey, and you can share it, and it's lovely. And honey is immortal; it lasts forever. They found honey inside the pyramids or something like that from about 4,000 years ago, and it was still fresh. It was still fresh. So when you work hard with your soul work and your spirit, your creativity, and you store it all up, you're making something that's going to last forever. So there's a huge array. There's 50 different flavors of different life situations, and you put them out like a map. A 7x7 grid. That's 49, and then you get one card left over, and that is your sort of over the sort of flavour for the entire reading. Of course, you don't have to do the 7x7. I just call it the 7x7. That's what they would call the master tableau if you're into oracles. That's the big one, right? But you don't have to do that. You can just put out one card. Just pick out one card. Look at that. It's an egg hatching, and there's like a little beak. There's a little beak popping out the egg. It's cracked and it's opening. That's the birth of something. Aha! Funny, I should pick that card. It's the birth of the oracle. Okay, so something's being born, something's coming out of its shell, something's got a lot of energy to burst forth into life. Okay, so that's what you can just pick one card, or you could pick out 3, say, for the morning. See if any of them line up. See if any of them make any connections. Give a little bit more detail, because that's what we want out of a reading. Detail. We don't want to have to guess the answer. You don't want to have to guess the answer. You want it to be on a plate. You make it easy peasy, so you can just go, oh, it means that. Obviously, that's it. And that's what you can get with the new brand new Michael Oracle deck. I'm only releasing the limited edition one to start with, the gold foil. This is not going to last too long, okay? And their cost. Oh, look at that! Catches the golden light. And they're small, they fit in your hand, they've got a lovely texture, they're nice and thick, good quality paper, good quality card, going to last a good amount of time. They come with a box, instructions, all that kind of stuff. So they can be signed by me if you're interested as well. So that is, I'm going to release them today. You can pre-order them now, because I've still got a couple of little I's to dot and T's to cross, but the deck is made, all of the images are done. That's going to go in to production today, I think, actually. So I've just other little bits and bobs. I'm hoping to have them ready for Christmas, so people can have them in time for their stocking filler. Okay, so if you'd like to know more, head over to my website at michaeltingle.com. Okay, if you mention a website, Facebook picks up on it, and then it restricts your audience, because they think you're just doing a business thing, which I kind of am. But people want to know. People want to know. Maybe they want to come and check these things out. So the price of the limited edition gold foil deck is £50. £50 for this initial run. It's going to be rare. Okay, so that's the Michael Oracle released today from Chartres Cathedral in the middle of France. This epic epic energy location. So thank you very much for tuning in to the Michael Oracle deck launch, and I'm thoroughly enjoying releasing this to the world. My baby, it's out there. Yeah. Okay, bye for now.